significantly lower your A1C, and share important data with loved ones and caregivers. Most importantly, a CGM eliminates the one thing most people with diabetes hate: painful finger sticks. Take charge of your health. Order your new continuous glucose monitor today. If you use insulin and have seen your diabetes care provider within the last 6 months, you may qualify for a CGM today. We'll do all the insurance paperwork and deliver your new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost to you. Medicare and most insurances cover continuous glucose monitors, so don't wait. Have your insurance handy and call the CGM Health Hotline now.
Welcome to Vital Signs, where we talk about all things healthcare, wellness, medical, new technologies, so that we can become the absolute best peak performing human beings and realize the asset that is our greatest asset, our health. I'm here today with amazing guests, and we're going to dive into physical and mental fitness and well-being. Before we do, however, remember that anything you hear on this show is for educational purposes only. If you would like to take any of the things that you hear on this show and integrate it into your lifestyle, please be sure to check with your healthcare professionals. I am really excited and jazzed because I have a power couple here who move in the fitness and well-being space. They host retreats, they are into corporate wellness. They're just so incredibly amazing and bringing so much to our world. Welcome, please, for me, Micah and Diana Lacerte to the studio.
Wow, thank you, Jen.
Thank you
We're so
much.
excited to be here.
So tell me about the businesses that you have. And a little bit about how you got into them so that everybody can get a glimpse of, okay, this was our journey and this is why we show up so powerfully in this space.
Yeah, so we have two businesses. The first one is HitchFit. We have an online business that we work with people all over the globe, 82 countries, over 700,000 pounds. We started that back in 2009, and it's just been a blessing to wake up and help so many people. We just went over 700,000 pounds of weight loss globally.
Wow.
And we started it in an attic on MySpace of all places. So we were kind of the pioneers in that space. And then we have a brick and mortar gym that we simply replicated what we were doing online in person. And so we help people in Kansas City area.
Yeah, so that's HitchFit, and then our other business is called SoulFit Retreats, and that's just been within the last 2 years, and so it's kind of morphed into this thing. We've helped people for so many years with their health and fitness and their transformation journeys, learning how to eat, learning how to exercise, but what we've realized is there's just so many deeper things that are holding people back from really, truly living a healthy lifestyle, and so what we've done with SoulFit is just created a space, environments where we can dig a little bit deeper and figure out what's going on underneath so that people can really step into the healthiest versions of themselves.
And so for those of you who are hearing this, these guys are real pros. They have completely, you've revolutionized how this is being approached, and you really have brought into that mental, spiritual, emotional side and aspect to well-being, fitness, and weight loss, and those are really big topics right now. We are in an obesity crisis. We are in an epidemic of lifestyle disease, and you guys are on the front line helping people to truly rein that in. Talk to me a little bit about where does the mental, social, emotional, spiritual side fit into the weight loss journey?
Well, I think the thing is, like, we are 3-in-1. We are all body, mind, and spirit. We have these three things, and each of us that like creates this whole being. And so, you know, we were kind of some of the OGs in the online personal training space. And I think 15 years ago, you know, we knew we had to take care of our bodies. But as we've just been able to work with thousands of people over the years, it's like, to really have true transformation, we have to really tackle this from that holistic perspective of our body, mind, and our spirit, because they all impact each other. And when one thing is out of order, like, that impacts the other pieces. So that's kind of where we've come from with it, is like, we have to really look at people as this whole thing and tackle each of these pieces so that we can have our best mental health, our best physical health, our best emotional, and our best spiritual health.
And that carries over into every aspect of your life. So if we can build some discipline in these people's lives in a way where they have the structure, the schedule, they're starting to eat better, they're starting to work out, that then carries over to them being a parent, them being, you know, a husband, them being a better friend, a better leader within their community. They're not in bondage of anything. And that is, you know, something that we really preach on and something that we teach, because we just love being able to go into people's lives and impact them.
And obviously you practice what you preach. I mean, you guys are always online showing, doing these things, you know, and you've empowered people to step into their loving their body no matter where they are on the journey. That's the feeling I get when I look at your stuff. Talk to me a little bit about how our viewers can start to fall in love with their body as it is, even if they're on a journey towards fitness and health.
Well, I think our bodies are just one of the most unbelievable gifts that we've been given, you know, and for me, just being able to step into that space of helping other people, it actually started with me going through my own personal transformation journey. I wasn't loving my body. I was mistreating it. I was overeating. It was a compulsive overeating. And so for me, it was the disciplined lifestyle that kind of was one of the pieces that allowed me to break that habit and then be able to actually step into a healthy lifestyle. So now it's just it's just incredible to be able to help people, just having gone through all of those steps myself and having to walk every step of that journey personally, and now be able to teach it to other people so that they can also just create healthy lifestyles and just have the biggest impact and the most effectiveness of what the things that they're supposed to be doing in life too.
And my story was, you know, somewhat similar to hers. There was a transformation that had to happen. I'm 18 years old. I'm very thin. I'm dealing with insecurity. I'd gone through a tremendous amount of trauma and pain growing up. It was very unstable, bad environments and whatnot. I saw and witnessed a lot of things that people shouldn't have to go through. And I got this lifeline from the Lord, and it literally was like dumbbells and chicken breast. And that sounds really funny to kind of lighten it down. And I really wanted to start that journey based off of wanting to build muscle and look like the guys that were on covers of magazines and whatnot. But what I found out is within weeks, it started changing my mental state, the anxiety I was having, the depression I was having, and ultimately it was a game changer in everything that I was doing. And then that inspiration of me going through my own journey ended up being the reason that I got in to help other people.
And so I'm going to ask the question because people are going to ask it. Social media, all this stuff that we see on social media, we always are scrolling. There's like doom scrolling. It's negatively impacting our mental health. We're now comparing and despairing against everything that we see. But of course, on social media, what does everybody post? The favorite, they'll maybe take 150 photos and you only see the best one. And they only show the good. So it's not telling the whole story. So as people are now engaged in that and entrenched in that and have been for some time, and that has become a part of our daily culture and habits, how are you able to empower people to really sort of stop the doom scroll and really own and empower within their own body and their own journey and not guilt themselves every time they see, oh, I'm not where I want to be yet?
Yeah, that's such a good point, and it's such a tough thing too. I think it's just one of those things we have to really pay attention to our bodies and our minds and what is happening, like when we're doing that scrolling, how are you feeling? And I think a lot of people, that's a numbing activity, like you don't even realize what's happening in your body and your mind when you're seeing these things. So one thing I encourage people to do is just start paying attention to how you're feeling internally when you're doing that scrolling. And if there's stuff that is making you feel more negative, like we share a lot of of transformation stories that the goal is for them to be inspiring. And if people go to the page and like read the full story, they share all of the really hard things that they had to go through to get there. But I also think that if that is like, if you're looking at those things and feeling poorly about yourself, maybe just take a minute to not look at those things and just wait till you're in a better emotional state. And then when you're emotionally balanced, that's the time that you can look at those things. But I think it's just, I really encourage people to just get to know, like, pay attention to what's happening physically in your body and listen to those signs of what is triggering you and the things that are like, oh, okay, that makes me feel good, that makes me feel inspired. Then those are the things to put in your mind and really pay attention to.
Something that we've done that has been unique is with our clients, I've encouraged them to start posting about their journey. And they get so much positive feedback. And so they're kind of staying away from the doom scrolling and the negativity and really focus just on, okay, how can I go and impact someone else? Turning that pain into purpose.
I really like that. Turn your pain into purpose, follow your own journey. And you know, there's a lot of doom scrolling that goes on, and you're right, people numb out. We're trying to escape. There's a lot of escapism that happens. And as we take that time and we realize that it's not really serving us, now we have time and energy to devote to something that will serve us. And so we are going to have to break in just a brief second, but think about what is something that if they want to interrupt that cycle and turn it into a positive habit, we're going to open after the break with how they can take action on that today. We will be right back after these messages.
Taking a trip in the next 12 months? Airlines are under tremendous pressure and they're practically giving away their unsold seats. Like every crisis, this one will end too. But right now is the best time to take advantage of giveaway ticket prices on their unsold seats. We're not allowed to publish these low fares online. The only way to get these rock bottom giveaway prices is to call. So phone low cost airlines now for airline ticket prices you may never see again.
These are the top 3 questions I get from people about investing in real estate. How much money do I need to get to the next level? How do I find good properties to invest in? Can I even make money in this business when interest rates are so high? I answer these questions and many more in my online course, SFR University, where I show you the strategy that I used to build a multi-million-dollar real estate business in 4 years from scratch. Whether you're just starting out or someone who's looking to scale, this course will have something for you. Join us at sfruniversity.com. See you in the course.
Are you nearly maxed out on your credit cards? It doesn't matter if you're using your credit cards for fun or to survive. At the end of the month, your statements come in, and you can either pay them or you can't. If you can't, late fees and interest rates get tacked on. And now you're struggling just to make the minimum payment due. Do you feel trapped? Am I talking to you? Good, because I personally researched some companies that can help you. They may be able to reduce your credit card balances by 50% and stop the late fees. If you qualify, please call our special debt hotline number right now for a complimentary free 5-minute consultation. Deal with your credit card problem now before it gets much worse and put more money back in your pocket. Trust me, I've been there too. Call right now.
Call 855-993-2096 right now. That's 855-993-2096.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Call the number on your screen today. It's a free call.
Do you have a car sitting around you want to get rid of? Well, here's a great idea. Donate your car now to help local veterans in your area. Yes, just make one fast call to the Veteran Car Donation Program. Within a few days, we'll come and remove your car for free. You can donate any car in any condition. We'll use our vast network to sell it. The proceeds raised go to help local veterans and their families. And you get a tax deduction. And all you need to do is make this free call. Clean your yard up, get rid of an old car, and help the vets. We make it easy. Make this free call now. Book your fast and easy pickup. Call the Veteran Car Donation Program now.
That pattern, and what do they replace it with?
Okay, one really quick, simple thing that people can do is put the phone down and even just take a couple of minutes of breathing, of just getting back into your body. And that can be very simple, even if it's just 5 like long, slow breaths in. Sometimes people breathe in and then hold it for 7 seconds and then release it. So really just coming back and focusing on your breathing is one of the best things you can do to just come back into your body and just feel how you're feeling. And then be like, okay, now that I've done that, I can move on to something else.
So when it comes to doom scrolling, what I would say is really like all work and whatnot. Something that may be funny that's adding into your life, you know, for a couple minutes. There's nothing wrong with that.
Awesome. Fantastic. I love it. So if you catch yourself doom scrolling and you start to feel anxiety, stop,
Yes.
take a breath. Maybe it's a 5-5-5, maybe it's a 5-7-8, maybe it's just focused breath, but take a breath. And then, is this serving me or not? And then what are we going to insert once we stop? Because sometimes we're doom scrolling for 30 minutes, for 2 hours. Like, it's amazing. Or maybe we're like, what is the term that they're using? Bed rotting these days to decrease their anxiety. Yeah. So what can we do if we're in one of these habits that is more going to get our bodies moving, get our mental health where we need to be so that we can take that next step?
Well, I would say either get outside if you can and go like exercise, like get outside in nature. That's one great thing. Connecting with other people, whether it's your family, because what we hear a lot is, you know, my husband's on the phone all the time, or they're always distracted by this, and it's taking away from time with their spouse or with their children. So instead of that, let's make a point of connecting with someone. Maybe that's your kids, maybe that's your spouse, maybe that's a friend, but just instead of all of this scrolling and you're not actually connecting, like the point of connecting with someone.
I would look at the very beginning and start of your